Hi there. Do you know what chakras are? Chakras are energy centers that resonate with different areas in the body. Your base chakra goes from your coccyx bone down to your feet, and that links to everything that has to do with grounding, with energy, passion. I always say it's sex, money, and chocolates. Those are all the passions in our lives. So how financially secure do you feel? How safe do you feel in your environment, in your country, in your home? How much energy and drive do you have to make things work in your life? So those are all the issues around base chakra, which is related to the color red. So in order to boost the base chakra, either use a red product like my beautiful light matrix red oil, wear red, eat red things, and visualize red. So maybe in the morning, if you'd like to, I usually put my oils in the bath and then I just soak in that and allow it to absorb into my body. But try even a drop of red coloring and see how you feel. Wear something red and see what that does to you. The next one up, which sits over the sacral area or your hip area, is orange. And that links to our dependency or codependency. So many people are in an environment where they're not happy. Perhaps they're sticking in a job which they really don't like, but they hang in there for the sake of the paycheck. Or perhaps they're too old and they don't know if they'll find another job, or they feel insecure in the country. In South Africa, jobs are very hard to come by. So do you stick with something that you're not happy in just to kind of give you that peace of mind? Could also be perhaps children are still living with you, parents may be living with you, and if you have an amazing relationship and it's supportive, it's not an issue. If, however, there's a bit of resentment or anger or frustration because you wish they would just give you some space, that's when you need the support. Also, the sacral chakra links to shock and trauma. So whenever we go through shock and trauma in our lives, that mirrors not only in the sacral, but also in the first part of your aura. Your aura splits down the left-hand side, and it kind of is next to you. It's not aligned in the body anymore. It's like you're walking beside yourself. If you've had that, then you need to use my beautiful light matrix orange oil all the way down the left-hand side, from the bottom of the earlobe down to the hip, down to the ankle, and that will seal that etheric gap and realign you. If the shock and trauma happened a long time ago, then you need to do that regularly, daily, until the bottle's finished. So it might take you a month or two, that's okay. I also like to use it in my bath because that then seals the entire auric field. The next one up is the solar plexus. That sits over your gut or over your tummy. And that's the stress area in the body. So whenever we feel stressful, when there's fear, when there's confusion, we imbalance that part of the body and we kind of give away our power. So reclaim your power, take it back again. And the most beautiful thing about the solar plexus is if you can calm the stress and fear and start really finding the joy in life again. Do anything that makes you happy, makes you alive, makes you spontaneous. That brings the positive aspect of the yellow, which sits over the solar plexus area. The next one is the heart. The heart is about our space, our direction, and our relationships. So, how do you feel about your home, your town that you live in, the country that you live in? If there's anything that needs to change, the person that you're living with, and the job that you're in. What direction would you like to be in? So the green, and now when you use the oils, if that's what you choose to do, it would go right around the body because the chakra is not only in the front. This is for all of them. It goes right round. So you put a few pumps in your hands, rub your hands together, and put it front and back of your body so that you're surrounding the chakra. What happens when you use any of them, it helps to alleviate the challenge part of it and starts bringing in the future possibilities. The next chakra is called your throat. That sits around your neck. It has to do with your glands. It has to do with the thyroid, tension in the neck and the top of the shoulders. And what I find really interesting is most people that have chosen that color, when I chat to them about what their issues are, they tend to be non-confrontists. They want to keep the peace, so they swallow back when somebody upsets them. They will swallow it back because they just don't want to cause a fight, and it's easier not to confront or not to actually speak your truth. Then you're not at peace. You might struggle to sleep at night. And again, the glands in the throat, sore throats. If you get regular sore throats or stiff necks, have a look at how much you swallow back what you should be saying. When you use that blue, visualize the blue, wear a blue scarf around you. It will help you to open the throat chakra and help you to speak your truth. The sixth one links to your third eye, and that has to do with your intuition, your knowing, your insight. It also is often chosen by people who tend to be extreme introverts, and they don't want to see anybody, they don't want to interact, they're very, very big disciplinarians. Have a look at whether that's an issue for you. And there you would put the indigo oil. Here you can't put it in your hair, but if you're going to be washing your hair the next day, put it in around the whole head, or else just put it on the forehead. That color is also really good to alleviate sinus, eye strain, ear strain, any ear issues. When you put that on, it helps to bring balance to that part of the body. And then the top of the body is linked to the color violet, and that has to do with change and transformation. So if we're struggling with change in our lives, especially spiritual growth and spiritual change, that's the color you need to use. It's really good to alleviate and calm grief, headaches, deep sadness, and connect you with your higher self. So there's a little bit of information on chakras. I hope you've enjoyed this, and follow for more. Thank you so much.